A new ransomware group, Repellent Scorpius, emerges. London Transport Authority, TfL, mandates in-person password resets after a cyber attack. A Chinese national is charged in a major multi-year spear-phishing campaign. The C++ community hits back against critics, and cyber crooks aren't only stealing our data, some are a real threat to the safety and well-being of our children. Welcome to Cybersecurity Today. I'm your host, Jim Love. Palo Alto has issued a report on a new ransomware as a service group called Repellent Scorpius. The group has emerged distributing the Ciccada 3301 ransomware. They were first detected in May 2024, and the group is rapidly expanding its operation through an affiliate program. Repellent Scorpius employs a double extortion scheme, encrypting systems and threatening to publish the stolen data. Initial access is gained through newly stolen credentials, likely purchased from initial access brokers. The group uses legitimate tools like PSExec and rclone for lateral movement and data exfiltration, making them more difficult to detect. And the Ciccada 3301 ransomware is a 64-bit binary written in Rust using the ChaCha20 stream cipher for encryption, which indicates a high level of technical sophistication. The group targets a wide range of sectors but avoids Commonwealth of Independent State countries, Russia and its allies. Outside of the standard warnings to improve credential management and having a strong backup strategy, IT teams might want to look for unauthorized use of legitimate tools like PSExec and rclone. This group is relatively new and still growing. As Repellent Scorpius expands its affiliate program, Unit 42 is warning of an increase in the Ciccada 3301 ransomware activity and victims. And talking about a return to work, Transport for London, TfL, is requiring all 30,000 employees to reset their passwords in person following a recent cybersecurity incident. This unprecedented move highlights the severity of the breach and the importance of identity verification in its aftermath. TfL disclosed the breach on September 2nd. Later updates revealed that customer and employee directory data, including email addresses and job titles, were accessed. The attack disrupted internal systems and online services, affecting customer refunds and responses. A 17-year-old suspect was arrested by the UK's National Crime Agency in connection with the attack. While the on-site validation of 30,000 employees may seem extreme, it mirrors similar actions taken by other organizations such as Dick's Sporting Goods following cyber attacks, potentially signaling a new best practice in breach response. The U.S. Department of Justice has charged a Chinese national, Song Wu, for conducting a multi-year spear-phishing campaign. Wu, a 39-year-old engineer at the Aviation Industry Corporation of China, allegedly impersonated U.S.-based researchers to obtain sensitive aerospace software. Wu's targets included NASA, the U.S. Air Force, the Navy, the Army, the FAA, major research universities, and aerospace companies. The campaign aimed to acquire specialized software and even source code used in aerospace engineering and computational fluid dynamics, potentially applicable to advanced tactical missiles and weapons design. After finally being caught, Wu faces 14 counts of wire fraud and 14 counts of aggravated identity theft, with potential sentences of up to 20 years per wire fraud charge. What's amazing about this is the way these nation-states are playing the long game, taking years to build trust and gain access to systems that should have been highly protected. Organizations should not only review and strengthen their defenses, but reinforce this long-term approach in their training and controls against highly sophisticated spear-phishing attacks, especially for those employees handling sensitive or classified information. And the C++ community is hitting back at critics with a new safe C++ extension proposal, which they claim is a significant step towards addressing memory safety issues that have long plagued the language. This move comes in response to growing pressure from the NSA, CISA, and the White House, as well as many in the private sector, increased memory safety in software. That has led to a movement towards memory-safe languages like Rust and some vigorous debates, not all of which are technical. These conflicts resulted in the resignation of the head of the group attempting to implement Rust in the Linux kernel. Proponents of C++ say their new proposal will add memory safety features to C++, addressing vulnerabilities like buffer overflows and use-after-free errors. They argue that this approach allows for incremental adoption of safety features in existing C++ code bases, potentially reducing the need for complete rewrites in other languages. While promising, the effectiveness of these extensions in real-world scenarios remains to be proven. And it'll be interesting to see if this new movement can reverse the move towards Rust, which Google has claimed is not only safer, but also makes their developers more productive. We normally focus on the impact of cybersecurity crime on corporations, but parents as well as cybersecurity professionals should know there are urgent warnings about severe online dangers targeting children and teens. Krebs on Security reported on recent investigations echoed by Canada's RCMP, which have uncovered organized groups using highly manipulative and harmful tactics on popular platforms. These predatory groups are recruiting on Discord, Minecraft, Roblox, Steam, Telegram, Twitch, and others. One of these groups, called 764, uses extortion, doxing, swatting, and harassment to victimize children. Some are coercing minors into self-harm, even to the point of carving abusers' aliases into their skin. Victims have been manipulated into harming themselves, family members, and pets. In extreme cases, this has led to suicide attempts. These victims are used in cyber attacks, but also used to produce content both political and sexual for their exploiters. To fight this growing threat, we need to implement strict monitoring and controls on children's online activities. We need to educate children about these specific dangers and manipulation tactics. We need to report suspicious activities to platform moderators and law enforcement immediately. And we need to advocate for stronger safety measures and age verification on all youth-oriented platforms. Instagram has taken some good steps on this, and we congratulate that. But we, as parents and grandparents, not just as cybersecurity professionals, need to insist that all platforms have these safeties. That's our show for today. Show notes are at technewsday.ca or .com. I'm your host, Jim Love. Thanks for listening.